Alright guys, what I did was I held this up against my chest, and then those lines right there are like where my pecs are, because where it goes around my body. And these lines right here are where my hips are. It looks like a lot of lines, but trust me, that is where, like, about the middle of my chest. This is my abdomen area. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out. That is the center of my chest. So I'm going to cut all this out. Then I'm going to separate these lines. I'm going to make the pec area, the pectoral area. Then I'm going to be able to strap the abdomen area in separate pieces so you can move to the pectoral area. Now that both of these are cut out, what you're going to do is you're going to take your trusty heat gun on this top part and mold it to be like round. I'll show you what it's like in a second, but that's going to be the shape of your chest. Okay, so this is what I ended up doing. I actually made this a little bit smaller by cutting some off the top, but that's your choice. But you can see how it's a little bit curved, so now it fits pretty evenly. I might do it a little bit more, but it kind of rounds off. Then with this abdomen piece, I made this little design going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all these lines just on the line. I'm going to cut them all, then keep the pieces. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook straps. And this one's going to go over top of this one. So it's like this one goes over top of this one, goes over top of this one, goes over top of this one. And you'll see how it is. They'll like fold over each other so you can move and bend your abdomen. But just right now, cut these out. And then if you want to, you can go back, resize this, make some designs on the edges, and heat form it. But then after you cut these out, you're going to heat form it just round. But I'll get to that. Alright, now that you have these cut out, I actually labeled them. So A to A, B to B, and C to C. But what you're going to want to do is take these and heat form them. Just a little bit of curve in them. Just take each one and just put some curves into them like that with a heat gun. And then go on to the next step. And this is the final product after you sand. I sanded for the top one, I did under. And the next one I did over. And then over. So like it's under, over, under, over, under, and then over. So they just go right over top of each other and they fit in just right over top of each other. So now what you're going to do is take some kind of strap, and then what you're going to do is flip these over so they still go like this. They're just flipped over. And then what you can do is you hook a strap here and then here, but then like keep it in that spot so then whenever you flip it back over, that they would be in the same position. So I'll show you more. It might be confusing to understand. You just kind of place them how you want them. And then you can put a strap there, and then they should hold. And then you should be able to move. And then you can put a little extra slack on the straps so then they can move up. So what you're going to do now is when you flip it over, you're going to, where those points meet up, you're going to just mark a line right on the inside of there, and then use some contact cement, and then glue that on. And then the same thing whenever you go from this part to this part, just make it like almost right in the middle. It's kind of hard to do with one hand right now, but I will show you the end product whenever it's done. So after you glue all those together, then the abdomen piece is done. Alright guys, to make the back, this is actually the front, that is right here. But to make the back, I'm going to use the same format where I used to make the front. So this is the abdomen pieces as you have seen before. There's the chest piece. So it kind of goes like up and then out. So what we're going to do, because the back and the front obviously on the body are pretty similar, so what we're going to do is we're just going to trace roughly that shape all the way up, and just to make sure it's the same as the front, we're just going to lay this out on the front. So just trace it out with a Sharpie or pen, nice and easy on the outsides, and just, if you want someone to help you and match up against your back, you can, but I think this would be fine. After you adjust the size and everything fits well, what you can do is, it's optional, but you can make a design of your choosing and then just cut it, and then there'll be two pieces, so the back piece and then the top piece, or the bottom piece and the top piece. An optional step to finish off the chest piece would be to add these elastic bands on each side. They are also on the other side. It just kind of keeps well form fitting, but you don't have to. And then also from the bicep armor, which I made a buckle connect to the shoulder armor that was made previously. So it kind of keeps it up. It's just from a simple buckle, so it'll just keep hold of it. And that'll be the last of the chest armor.